Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're all ready.
Hello and welcome to another Shednet podcast. And today we've got a few current topics to talk about in the gaming world and whatnot. And yeah, I've got Kieran with me, Matty G, and Dave, and I'm Dav. And I'm gonna let Kieran start off with the first topic because people have been waiting for this topic.
Yeah, so we've all had the Battlefront DLC for Jakku,
Yeah,
which is pretty good. Did anyone play it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I've played
quite
it, yeah.
good. And
Yeah, it was pretty good.
all
Like, it was
the-
a bit of an idea what that planet was going to look like and why it was a
Yeah.
graveyard and stuff in the movie. So that was quite good.
yeah, it came out months before.
I think it was like a month before. I think it was like
Yeah.
actually a month before. And if you'd pre-ordered it, you could do it like a week early.
Yeah,
I like the
Sounds
fact,
pretty
I like
good.
some of the new modes that's especially the
the turning points. thing.
turning
Yeah,
points.
that's
That's
it, yeah.
I quite like that.
I'm not a massive fan.
I didn't play that much, so I didn't really get a good idea of what it was.
Yeah, same.
I
to
think
be
they've
honest.
introduced that into the new DLC that they're going to do. So,
No, there's gonna be new game modes, isn't there? I think.
is there?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
apparently nothing confirmed. I don't think, but there's definitely new
I
game
know
modes
there's
coming.
there's some complaints from like the gaming community that said there's not enough variety in the game modes that's on Star Wars Battlefront.
Is there like an aerial only game mode?
Yes.
It's
What's that
called- it's called
Aerosol?
Fighter
Something
Squadron.
Squadron.
Fighter
Fighter
Squadron.
Squadron.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I quite like that. I quite.
I
enjoy
can't play it for
playing that.
ages though, because it's very samey.
Yeah, it is samey, but yeah.
But you
It's
can
just
say that about the entire game, which is why maybe I don't play
Yeah,
as much as
which-
I
yeah.
thought I would.
I haven't played it that much, to be honest.
Like a lot of criticisms comes from the fact that people think it's just because it's made by the same company that does Battlefield. And they say,
Everyone
like,
gets that mixed up.
Yeah.
It's like so everyone thinks it's like it's a Battlefield rip-off of it with a Star Wars wallpaper.
I
And the
don't-
fact that they're selling it to Star
Yeah.
Wars fans because it's got Star Wars planted.
I don't think. I think that was the worry before it came out. But
That's
I
what a
think,
lot of people are saying now. That's really maybe
I think
all
it's
they've done
more.
was just
I think it's more they want a story mission. They want something else to do other than online battling.
Yeah,
Because
and-
there's no story mode to it, is there?
Not at all.
Not really,
There's,
there's, like,
there's
a few
survival
yeah.
missions. There's
If you
barely
ever-
anything single player.
basically if you've ever played Modern Warfare 2 and you know like the special ops missions where you have to get the stars depending on how hard you do it and if you do it with somebody, it's like that. That's all it is for like a campaign.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That survival mode then.
You can do that two-player offline against the
Co-op.
AI. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
you
quite fun. That.
then you
I
go.
played that in the beta, and that's the bit that I mostly enjoyed.
Yeah.
I didn't like the online part.
I like just trying
Too
to
much.
like get all the stars. Like you've got to do it on hard, or you've got to do it in a certain amount of
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
like that. That's quite fun.
Well, are
trying
there
to do that.
achievements and trophies based on that? You have to
I'm
get
not
this,
sure about achievements, but there are like you get 3 stars on each survival mission.
So I know there's a trophy on the PS4 where you have to collect like all 50 stars depending on like those different missions.
Probably is,
from
then,
survival.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
if there's a trophy, there's an achievement.
yeah,
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 they're
it's the general rule.
it's the same.
They're exactly the same.
cross-platform.
Anyway, getting back to the topic, there are new DLC.
Yes.
There's new announcements.
They've
for it.
actually told us what we're allowed to buy now
Yeah.
for the season pass.
Or
You're
what
not
people have
going in
already
blind.
bought months
yeah,
ago.
exactly. I didn't buy into that.
I didn't buy it
I'm
either.
gonna wait,
I know a lot of people.
and
have
I
bought
probably
it.
will season pass it now because
You do get. Was it 2 weeks
2 weeks.
or a week before the general public get it? If you order the season pass, you get a DLC like
yeah,
2 weeks
yeah,
or
I
a
think they
week.
do the same thing they did with Jakku.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that depend on what console you're playing on?
I
No,
don't think so.
No.
It's
Is it
same
not
for
like
everyone.
PS4's got?
no, but you've got to buy the whole £40 season pass.
Yeah, and it's a lot for just a couple of maps and new
Oh,
characters.
it's
and
4
stuff like that.
packs, isn't it? It's a tenner a
Yeah,
pack.
so they've actually released what is going to be in 3 of the 4 packs, and they're going to release them on a monthly basis. They've already released
Okay.
1, but that doesn't count towards the 4.
Starting when March.
March, yeah. So recently, I think it was a couple of days ago, they released the over Christmas. There was like a Christmas challenge, and players were supposed to rack up a certain amount of time playing as Han Solo and Luke. And if they did that, which they did, they were going to give them new skins. And it's at the start of Empire Strikes Back, where Han Solo and Luke are in the snow and they're wearing the
Oh yeah,
coats and the-
yeah,
they've
yeah.
got
Investing-
those outfits.
Like Hoth gear.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so Luke Skywalker's got his blue lightsaber that
Oh,
belongs to
yeah.
Anakin. And that's a lot better because that's only on Hoth though. You can only use those on Hoth. And I was playing it earlier, and usually you can see Luke Skywalker a mile off because he's in a fucking black, big black coat or whatever it is he's wearing, and he's got his green lightsaber. But I couldn't see him because he's in white. So
Yeah.
he snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting it at all, and out of nowhere, just,
Well, that's out, is it?
Is Luke
that's out. That's out
Skywalker-
now.
That's out now.
That's
I
out
didn't
now.
know that.
Yeah, that's
Is
out now.
Luke Skywalker overpowered now?
No,
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett has
Boba
just been
Fett
nerfed.
is-
Han Solo and Boba
It's
Fett,
always been nerfed.
they both just got a nerf with
Did they?
when they introduced a new DLC. They patched both
What
those.
did you know what the nerf is?
It's damage. It's something like at a certain range, Boba Fett did 80 damage.
Yeah.
And now they've taken it down, and now it's like between 30 and 60.
Oh, okay, so you've got to get more up close, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I played Boba Fett a few times, and basically all you do is jetpack and just you're just picking them off, like, and then Luke, because the other like Darth Vader on the Empire side of things, he's quite powerful too.
Yeah.
But not quite as powerful as Luke was. But for some reason, you felt invincible going as Luke, and you just basically rip into shreds. I can see why they probably
he's a lot
nerfed it.
quicker.
Yeah, he's a lot more
Darth
agile.
I prefer playing as Luke, I think.
And he actually runs across the map, whereas Vader just tends to just trot along.
Glides a bit, yeah.
Glides a
Yeah,
bit.
but if I get a hero perk, I always pick either Han Solo or Boba Fett. I'm a gunner.
I never pick the gunner.
Even Princess Leia, because you get all of the backup
Support
fighters,
or
the
whatever.
support fighters or whatever they're called. Yeah,
Like she gets
and
her
they're
royal
really
guards.
good. Yeah, and then everybody gets loads of kills. Then it's
Yeah.
cool.
We've all agreed though that Palpatine is virtually useless.
I don't agree with
never
that.
play-
Palpatine's
I'm-
ace.
I
I
hate playing
really
him.
like playing as Palpatine.
Yeah,
I don't like.
I never play as Boba Fett because the way I think of it is I'm always shooting anyway, so it's rare that I find a power up that I can actually be a hero. So I'm gonna be like, I want a lightsaber now,
yeah,
or I want to shoot lightning. Do one of those.
yeah. Depends
Change
what
it
you're in
up
the
a
mood
bit.
of. Yeah,
wanna continue shooting guns.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been shooting
You
guns.
just have a jetpack.
I've got a chance at not shooting guns for
Yeah.
a bit.
I think Boba Fett needed that nerf actually. Though
I didn't
was quite
realize he was so
powerful.
overpowered.
he was really And
Han Solo, I didn't
always
realize Han
picked him.
Solo was overpowered.
Neither did I Han Solo, but Boba Fett definitely.
Basically, on any large map like Supremacy or Turning Point, if you saw Boba Fett, you ran in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
So what have they announced? It was Bespin.
Bespin is
Yes,
gonna.
sir.
Okay, so in March we've got it's called Battlefront Outer Rim, and that's gonna be in the Sullust factories where the Empire had their where they made all the ships and weapons. And
Okay.
all
so
that
the
stuff.
fleet yards, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think these are inside places because you can go to.
Is that in any of the
Jabba's Hut.
films?
No, Sullust.
Not
Sullust is
Sullust.
mentioned in a film, but it's
Yeah.
never you never see it. So then you've got in that same DLC, which is in March, you've got Jabba's Hut.
Oh,
Jabba's Hut. Jabba the Hutt's
Palace.
Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Jabba's
Jabba's Hut.
Hut.
I was thinking of Yoda's hut. That would have been a tiny map.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was in Battlefront 2, wasn't it?
Yes, but that was a Dagobah.
No,
Jabba's
Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's
Was it?
Yeah, Jabba's Palace.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got that, and then a month after that you got Bespin, so that's Cloud City, where Lando is, which makes me
That was
which
in
makes me think
that was in 2 as
that
well.
was in 2. You know they've said there's going to be another 4 characters or something like that. I think Lando's going to be one of them because they
Oh,
go to
has to be
Bespin.
Lando. But
Hopefully.
who else would they get for the Empire though, to balance
Has
it
anybody
out?
ever seen Lando with a blaster?
Not sure.
Though? Blaster, he's never seen with a.
He's
any
he's
form
either
of
always-
I'm
weapon.
not sure. I
Apart
think
from the
when
Millennium Falcon.
when he sort of gets his men to take all the stormtroopers' weapons when they're trying to escort them away.
Yeah.
I think he might get one then.
I don't know. I think Lando's a bit too
Maybe or Chewie. Chewie's overdue.
chewy. Yeah, chewy
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
Need a bit of
Chewie.
Chewbacca in there.
With that, what was that gun that he always carries?
Bowcaster.
The bowcaster
Yeah.
there. Guarantee they're going to make it like a shotgun.
Yeah, they got a
basically.
lot- that got a lot
You're
of
at
love
close
in the
range,
movie.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Basically.
I was thinking more of like a scout
shot.
rifle. Yeah.
Here, one shot.
Yeah.
Bang!
Yeah, it seemed pretty powerful. So I imagine it's
Yeah.
gonna be overpowered if they do
Yeah.
introduce it into the game.
And then he'll get a nerf as well.
And then he'll get a nerf as well because he'll be
It'll be
sending
useless.
stormtroopers flying across the map.
Speculation on top of
Right, so
speculation.
that's gonna. So March is the first one, Jabba the Hutt's palace. That one we were just talking about is gonna come out in summer. That's not had a month,
Okay.
Just summer.
just summer. And then fall, which is autumn, I think.
Yeah.
It's autumn, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's
Yeah.
all.
There's one they've announced for 2017 as well, haven't they?
Yeah. Before we get to that,
Okay, yeah, go for it.
this is gonna be on the Death Star,
What, the
Ooh.
fourth one?
the third
one.
the third one, or the fourth one if you
Ooh.
count the one that's just come out.
Or whereabouts
Okay,
in the
yeah.
Death Star here?
Just in the Death Star corridors or whatever.
Yeah.
I
like,
imagine.
like the
General.
hangar bay and
Probably
stuff
be
like
outside. The
Yeah, you'll
Death
probably be able to
Star
do
as well.
those
Yeah,
fighter-
maybe.
fighter
Maybe
squads
they'll introduce
outside
like
the Death Star.
yeah,
That'd be
fighting
cool.
outside.
Yeah.
That is like the iconic scene of
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes, it
If you
is.
think about it.
Yeah.
Like which scene like you always see on the internet? It's the battle of the Death, the
Yeah.
second for the
They
Death.
even
second
did it in
Death Star,
episode
isn't
7 with Trench Run. And
Yeah, of course. It would be amazing we had a trench run sort of thing, the
Yeah.
mode, trying to blow up the Death Star,
Yeah.
and the
That'd be a great-
Empire's got to
Yeah.
defend.
That's
That'd be cool.
that'd be a great mode for Star Wars.
Yeah,
Just
that-
like
yeah,
doing
that'd
that,
be
really
recreation of that scene, so you can actually get the shot into the.
Yeah, and it would inject
yeah.
some life into this fighting squadron mode as well, because really it's just shoot the ship, stop
'Cause
this
that's-
big ship from
yeah.
escaping, blah blah blah.
That's
Yeah.
something else people have been asking for is like a
Something to do while
decent
you're flying.
flying, yeah, decent flying
Yeah.
mode. Like,
So there's one in 2017 coming out as well, which they haven't announced any details of, and it says early 2017, which makes me think at the end of 2016, Rogue One's coming out.
So it might be
yeah,
something
yeah, I
like
was
that.
thinking that as well. Yeah,
Maybe some Rogue One DLC.
Who
yeah.
knows? There might actually be a
That
bit
makes
where
That would make sense.
there's a bit where you might have to be like, because the whole point of Rogue One is the backstory between how they got the plans to the Death Star, isn't it?
Yes.
So there could be a mode where you're the people who have to commit the raid, get the plans,
like a heist mission.
and the people then have to say like defend it or stop you from getting those plans. That might be quite
cool. That'd be quite good.
The only thing I'm against that idea is EA have come out and said that it's just going to be original trilogy stuff.
Yeah, I did think of that. But it seems quite coincidental that it's going to be coming out so soon after
early,
a new movie.
early 2017.
Yeah.
And that's kind of tying into the original trilogy.
Like how
It's not involved.
Yeah.
much?
It
How
is
much
the original
of,
trilogy era.
Yeah, the
Ish.
era, yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe they said, I'm not sure the exact words
No,
they said,
neither
but
do
maybe
I.
they did use the word era. But
Yeah.
was
I
like
hope
how
so.
like how much of Battlefront has just been like on the hype of the new Star Wars films, like getting in stuff like that? You think they make a
They
some
did.
sort of notice to say we're gonna take something from one of these new films now and put it in, not
That's
just
what I was
Well,
thinking. I thought definitely as soon as Force Awakens comes out, there's going to be a week later. There's going to be like a massive Force Awakens.
That's what I thought. So I thought you
DLC.
get to play as Rey and Kylo Ren and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Wouldn't that
No,
be-
they're not going to do
I
that.
don't know.
They're saving that for Battlefront 2, which they've said they are going to do another Battlefront. And I hope they
Yeah.
take on board all the complaints they've had about
Yeah, so do
no
I.
story mode. in the
But to
campaign.
be fair, they already knew those complaints from the beginning.
Yes.
People were screaming, "This it needs this, needs this."
You
needs
can't
this."
please Star Wars fans. As a general rule.
True.
There's no pleasing Star
But
Wars
when the
fans.
outcry is that loud, and it's like you need a campaign, you need a decent fight, like especially you need to do what the previous game did and more. You need to build on the previous game.
But the problem
That's
is
what I
that
got to say about
Yeah.
a
that.
lot of these major AAA titles and stuff like they tend to fade away from story mode missions in favor of having better online services and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well,
It's because online's more sustainable, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, that's what they
You
say
can-
gaming's
It's going
moving
to keep people
towards.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can finish a campaign, but you can
Yeah.
continue playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to DLC, they've got to build a whole story for a campaign.
Yeah.
That's
With,
true.
with multiplayer, they can just release a new map
Yeah.
and everyone
Yeah.
will be happy.
And patch
Yeah.
up like
For a
the
week.
work.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Just change it up a bit.
Should we move on to our next topic?
Yeah,
then?
go for it.
Right.
Who's got a topic?
Who has the
wants
next
to talk?
topic?
So as we talk about
So yeah, speaking of EA,
speaking of EA, they've just recently announced they're pulling out of E3. So this will be the first time they haven't attended a E3 conference. So the one in 2016 they're not attending. Apparently they're going to be doing their own standalone conference thing in Las Vegas.
just like
called-
Nintendo.
just like Nintendo doing. I think it's
Are they
called
doing it
EA
in Las
Play.
Vegas?
Sorry.
Are they doing Las Vegas as well? Sorry to
Yeah, they're
interrupt.
doing the Las Vegas scene convention center there. as well.
Nintendo doing it in the Las Vegas one as well.
I don't know. What they usually do is I don't know where they are. No, they usually like have. They have like an hour-long presentation or whatever pre-made, and then they show it during E3
like
at
that
E3.
puppet thing that they did.
Yeah, and then
last
they
year's
stream it
E3.
online as well.
Basically, it's going to offer some of the same services E3 does, like you can go around, see the booths and stuff like that. So basically, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
And a lot of people are now saying, is this a tale of things to come for E3 itself?
Yeah, I
will
do-
it actually be no more E3?
I definitely agree with that because when like Nintendo did it, it was the best E3 presentation they ever did. Not the one that's just been the one before, which is 2014.
I don't think I saw that.
Did you not?
No.
With the Smash Bros.
I think I did see
Smash Bros. One, and they
clips
had
of that.
Iwata and Reggie fighting against each other and stuff.
No, I
it was
didn't see that.
anyway,
Didn't watch
it
that.
was cool, and yeah, when you go back and watch like the Sony one or whatever, then it seems really businessy. Like
Like,
Yeah, he comes out in a suit and he's talking
Yeah,
like,
like-
all these hand gestures he's
You
learning a
don't-
course.
you don't play games. You
Yeah.
don't,
Like
you
it's
don't
got
care.
graphs behind
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. You don't understand what sort of people you're actually trying to tell. You're here basically to show game footage, show how it works, and that's your job. That's the
Yeah,
same way.
that's all gamers want to see. They want
Yeah.
to see it in action. They
Yeah.
don't, they
Not-
don't want
yeah.
to hear about.
Which is another
the
problem I have with
technical stuff.
E3. A lot of presentations are like movie trailers. They're not gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
And,
Yeah,
and a
cinematic
lot of
trailers
the
are
time
maybe-
they play it on a really high spec PC.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
looks
They're just
really
fooling
good.
everyone and
the thing
nobody.
is,
They think nobody
Yeah.
knows, but everyone's caught on by
Speaking
now.
Yeah.
about the trailers, like especially from the last E3, like some of it's just like little teasers, like Mass Effect Andromeda, like that teaser trailer for that.
Oh,
was like
yeah.
I like that.
That was like, oh, that's a big
Yeah.
one. But
Too much hype.
I wish they had a little bit of game footage just to see what they're planning on. But maybe they don't want to. I know a lot of people are playing their cards close to their chest when it comes to game development these days. They don't want to say like, we're working on this or a new game engine or whatever, stuff like just to keep the competition out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe that's why a lot of people are just here's some cinematic stuff of what we've got planned rather than actual
Yeah.
gameplay.
They just want to show they've got something, but
Yeah,
they don't
they're
really
actually
have
working
something.
on something. Like we got like you can tell a lot from a gameplay trailer. Like they got a script sorted, they got some sort of characters in mind, they got a story going and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They
like
just don't want to
last
show
year's
any of it.
E3, there was I can't remember. I think it was Rare. Rare showed the new pirate game.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was
That looked really
great.
good.
That was all gameplay.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
stuff
awesome.
like that. That looks really good. But
Yeah.
but since then, there's been absolutely radio silence.
Yeah.
Heard nothing.
I can't remember what it's called.
Neither can I. I don't remember what it's called, but it looked really good.
Yeah, it's like cell shaded style.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like you could just sort of jump on a ship and there'd be other players there.
Yeah, like an
real players.
MMORPG,
Yeah,
whatever.
you can just say like, let's go to this island and pillage or whatever it is
Yeah.
they're doing. I don't know. They haven't released any really gameplay details.
pirate
So
stuff.
let's go do
Yeah.
pirate
It's
stuff. Where's
basically
my
it's
iPad?
taking like the best bit everyone's liked from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is basically the sailing around a pirate ship doing basically pirating, and said, all right, we're gonna make a game
Yeah.
based on that. I'd have been
Yeah.
happy if Assassin's Creed 4 was just that was all it was. Having
That was a
I
great
found
game.
the sailing really boring in Assassin's Creed.
I did after a while.
It just
I'll
it's
tell
way
you,
too
Black Flag,
repetitive.
it renewed my love for Assassin's Creed. It got boring after, and now I've lost it again. It's like
I've finished after 2.
Oh, you
I-
should.
I-
You should. If
I-
anything, if you're gonna ever go to play another Assassin's Creed game, play Black Flag because it's a pirate game.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'm
great. Seriously, it's better.
You don't like pirates?
I like pirates, but it's,
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't like zombies either. Not like I don't like
yeah,
what-
that's fair enough. There's been way too much exposure
Yeah.
to zombies.
But get back to the topic. Do you think it'll be this is the end? This is the beginning of the end for E3.
No, I don't.
You don't
I
think?
do.
I don't know. You still got Sony and Microsoft staying.
Yeah, I
there.
mean,
Yeah, but then they'll
Everyone's
realise
got
that
it.
it's like this is too businessy. We need to.
But
Change
E3
it.
might turn
Or I might
into
say we
like
can do this better
Sony
ourselves.
versus Microsoft.
It already
yeah,
is.
It always,
What is it?
has been, but it's just been people in suits battling it out instead of, I don't know, like a good laugh, like
Well, just
just funny,
'cause I did
entertaining.
read
That's
some.
what it needs. It needs humour,
Yeah, human.
not a serious businessman coming on stage
Yeah.
like giving a corporate presentation.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of gamers in the audience.
and that's where you can prepare and just do it on film it beforehand.
So on the
And be
basis
like,
of
right, this is good, let's go.
on the basis of numbers of people of attending, there are more people attending other conferences. Especially, I can't remember for the love of me which one. There's a big, huge one that happens in Europe around the same time as E3.
Eurogamer or something.
It's something like that, but it's a big one that has more foot traffic and a number of people attending than E3 ever has
right,
done
really?
in recent.
I thought E3 was the
E3 is the
show.
one, yeah. If you
Everyone
sat
knows
at home,
E3. Everyone anybody quotes anything, it's from E3 and stuff like that. But I was saying there are other conferences, video game conferences now, which are seeing much more traffic and.
there we go. That's
attendees rather
another
than-
reason that E3 is going to die, because everybody's going to these other ones because they're not so corporate.
But do you not get excited when it's like June?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, in a few weeks.
When
in a
I'm
couple
at
of
home,
weeks, E3.
I'm at home streaming it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like we've all
Every-
streamed all the
You
conferences.
say it's dying. You
and
say it's
stuff like that.
dying, but it's
Exactly.
It's
They could just have like a pre-made
It is
film.
and it's not.
not. Am I
and
the
it-
only one who thinks it's not dying here?
Yeah.
No,
I think-
I think it's still got some life in it, but they need to do some proper restructuring, rethinking about how they do their.
yeah, not the
prep
very near future, but say maybe in 3 years, people, all of them would be
I
like,
think a bit
okay,
longer
this is the
than that.
A
E3
lot can
date.
happen in 3 years though. Another
Yeah.
big like PAX is quite big, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
as...
but it's not.
PAX is getting
Again, it's not like
huge.
that's more technology as well, though, isn't it? More,
Yeah, it's not focused on games solely.
And isn't,
Yeah.
isn't PAX in more places than because E3 is only in one place?
Yeah, you
Not a
got
lot of
PAX
people-
East, PAX West.
It's like because that's the thing that a lot of people feel
Everywhere.
like a lot of people
Everywhere.
don't have the money or the time to go to America to just go to E3 for the week and stuff like that.
Exactly.
When there's like more better conferences on their
More
doorsteps in Europe or in Britain or whatever.
Or you can just stream it
Oh yeah.
at home.
Would you
Yeah,
not want to go?
well-
though? Would you not want to be there?
No.
But it's
Try.
like-
You can go to
Yeah,
because
like,
what we
go
see
to
is
the
we
same
see
way.
presentations, but there's loads more than that. There's,
No.
that you can go to.
You get a spin
booths
on the
and play
game, but what I've
games.
heard from a lot of people is that when you go, you miss out on announcements because you're concentrating on one thing
Make a schedule.
at a time. You can't. You
Like
just
any
You
can't.
can't. They release
Yeah,
schedules.
but like when
there's
you go to
there's
a
probably an
festival-
app for that.
Because most people that go are reviewers and stuff like that, so they're interviewing people and they miss key announcements. They're like, okay, I've got to be here at this time, here at this time. Oh, I'm gonna miss Nintendo's conference. I'm gonna miss Sony's conference. And then you go online anyway to see the announcements.
It's fair enough.
But it's
Yeah.
like Comic Con, isn't it? It's the atmosphere. You go there, you want to dress up, you want to talk to other like-minded people.
You don't want to
know.
sit at home streaming it dressed as a Jedi or
Yeah.
Shrek
Yeah,
or
but
whatever you
that's-
dressed up as.
That's the thing. It's
in
not.
your mother's basement or something.
It's not as open to the public as all the other ones are. E3's more like
Yeah, it is a business.
it is
event, really.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, they are trying to sell us.
Yeah,
like,
it is just the time when they announce games, and that's why it's become a big deal. People know that okay, E3's coming.
Yeah, we'll find
They're
out
gonna
what we
announce
can
a new
buy
game.
this year.
Yeah, and reviewers are going to be playing the game, so we can watch videos of them playing the game.
Or a trend that I don't like that's been happening with E3 is they'll show a game and it's a cinematic as usual.
Yeah.
And then you don't hear from that. It's gone. Like, for example, Scalebound, Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. They showed it. And it's nothing. We've had
you
no.
hear a
Well,
lot of
we have recently had gameplay, but it took like 2 years for them to release anything more. So they're just doing it too early.
That again can be another problem with E3. There's a lot of games that have been announced at E3 that just
Disappear.
Yeah.
Don't even get a mention.
And then they
It's like you
release
hear all
like
these
3
when they
years
have like
later
big
and no one remembers
conferences,
it.
Yeah.
and then nothing, absolutely diddly squat.
Yeah.
Or they just don't come out. The one I remember is Project Hammer for the Wii. When they announced the Wii, there was a game called Project Hammer. You just swung
Was
a
it
hammer
supposed to like
around
one of
killing
their
people.
main games?
Yeah,
that
they
they're
it was a big
developing
deal
for
at
it?
E3 when they announced the Wii. And the year after, gone.
It's been cancelled.
That's
Yeah, I don't even know what that
And
is.
that
That's-
was
I've never heard
how
of
many
it.
years ago now? Yeah, but that's why they only showed it once. And people got excited for it, and that was 2005, and it's still not out. So I'm guessing it's not going
It's
to come
probably
out.
happening. The
It's
same
probably
thing
not
happened.
coming out.
Rockstar announced a game called Agent, and there was big hype about it because
Oh, yeah.
like, it was going to be sort of like I think it was going to be sort of James Bond type game.
Yeah.
And Rockstar, whatever they do,
It's
is
going to be
gold,
massive
you know, it's
nowadays
gold.
anyway.
Yeah.
And then they announced that, and it seemed like a really good idea, and they were advertising it a lot, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. And there's been nothing more, and I think it's probably a dead title. I don't
Maybe.
think I don't think they're going to go for that again.
But speaking of Rockstar, there's been like, have you heard like all these rumours about that they're making like a sequel to a game, but they don't not quite sure which it is.
Yes, and I've got an idea about that. What it might be.
I want it to be
Bully.
Bully.
I want it to be Bully. Bully 2.
Has to be Bully. Sorry.
I want a new Red Dead.
Yeah, that's the other one. It could be Red Dead 2 or Bully.
Well, there's already been 2
I
Red
don't know.
Dead films, and Grand Theft Auto's had more sequences than I've had.
Well, everybody
Dinners,
knows there's a new
basically.
Grand Theft Auto in the makes.
Oh yeah, that's
like in the works.
guaranteed.
There's new single player DLC. I know that they've said they're going to do that for ages, and the voice actor and the mocap guy for Franklin, I think he let slip a while ago that they were making it, but it's a slow going thing.
Okay.
Because all the problems they had with online. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
Did you try
yeah.
and get on it when it first came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Try being the key word.
It was.
I did get online actually, and then all the servers crashed.
Yeah, I had
Then
that.
I lost my character.
I also had that, and I did it
And
quite a
then they
bit.
gave me 500,000. And then I
Yeah,
lost
that
that.
That was like
And then they gave me 500,000 again.
you lost that.
I lost that again.
And then I lost it again because when I went to Xbox One, my character got deleted.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's a good game that
there's
doesn't
problems
get
with
enough
people
attention.
transferring
Although I think
their
there was a new
characters over.
DLC the other day. They released another. They've been silently releasing all these expansions
I've
for
lost
online.
track.
Yeah, it's just like
Of all
if
the
you play
DLC they were
GTA
not
online,
releasing
you
for
know
it.
about
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
releases.
it's just a
Yeah.
bit too little, too
Yeah,
late.
it's not. Yeah, there's no big hype around them, is there? It's
No.
just-
I haven't played GTA in a while, and I'm thinking when I do, I'm gonna have to have like a 20 gig.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
thing. That's
Which one?
just modern gaming
What
for
did
you.
they do?
Yeah.
The one
Uh,
I last know about they've done is the Lowrider update.
There was one after that, or maybe before, but it was like you could get a yacht, big yacht.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I've seen that.
Yeah, and you could hire bodyguards and
Oh,
other
yeah, that
players
was-
to be your bodyguards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like at this point, okay, I've probably got like 200k in the bank.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
you
the
go
same.
online,
A
you
yacht,
won't be able to afford
costs
it.
like 10 mil
Yeah,
or something
I won't be able to
crazy
do
like that.
anything.
And they're releasing stuff up for loyal players. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no incentive for
Yeah.
new players to jump in because everything is tailored for having a massive bank account.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even when I got GTA 5 on the Xbox One, like I played it on 360, blah blah blah. I didn't really play online. And then when I got it on Xbox One, went online and I couldn't play any mode because I was level 1 or whatever, and everybody was like, "I'm level 107."
Yeah.
You try and
And
get
they're
a
just
heist.
like sitting
Yeah.
on rooftops outside the Finsbury
Yeah, it's
with
all
rocket launchers.
Yeah.
I was quite.
yeah.
I'm quite
high
lucky.
and mighty, and I just can't play with them. So I just gave it and I just stopped playing.
Yeah, I was really excited for heists to come out.
Yeah,
but then-
we did have plans to like get a crew together and start playing the heists, but that just never happened.
Yeah, the ship sailed because it just sort of died away.
It was
didn't
too late. It was way too late. We were
Yeah.
promised heists for like what 360. I don't know if we were
I
promised.
think we were promised
I'm-
heist for over a year. They said heist were going to
Yeah.
be with
Well,
the
I think
release.
it's
when
2
they
years.
announced the game, it was like you can do online heists with
Yeah.
your friends, and it was like, yeah.
They should
Yeah.
have said that
And
because they were
did,
nowhere near.
did it even
complete.
come out on the 360 version? Could you do heists on the
I
360
think
PS3
so.
version?
I think
I
so.
think you could.
All the recent stuff though, that's not.
Yeah.
I think they've stopped supporting it. Although they've got the servers, but they've stopped releasing
Yeah,
new
yeah.
shit, new stuff.
So they should as well, really.
Yeah.
That's a sore point.
Yeah,
If you're playing on
I don't know.
360, get an Xbox One.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
yeah. It's time. And how long's it Xbox been out now? 3 years? 4 years?
Xbox One.
Xbox One, yeah.
I don't know.
It's-
2.
2,
I think
3
we
years.
got it a year after it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my
Which was
It's
like-
been out 3 years. It's been out
Yeah.
3 years.
So this will be its third year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got one, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's about time you got one.
Get one.
Or a PS4.
Yeah.
Up to you, but get one.
Yeah.
Just move on to the next generation.
Yeah.
Should we move on to our last topic then of the video?
Yes. I would like to talk about Zelda because it's the 30th anniversary
Of
of
course.
Zelda this year. And we're still waiting on Zelda Wii U.
Yeah.
Still.
Do you think it will launch for NX?
I think it'd be better.
Do you think they'll
for
be
an
like,
X, to
okay,
be
we've waited
honest.
too long, we're not going to put it on Wii U, we'll
gonna-
move on.
A lot of people are thinking that because they did that with Twilight Princess. It was delayed for so long on the GameCube that it ended up being a launch title for Wii.
Yeah, so they could do
And
that
like
again.
one of the last games on GameCube.
It's not like it's unheard
Yeah,
of.
it
We don't
Yeah.
think it's going to have
But they
like...
might just release it this year.
They could do.
Yeah,
Because it's 30th anniversary.
no,
I'd like them to.
they are like they can't stress enough how much like it is on Wii U. It's coming out on Wii U.
Yeah, I've heard this, but do you know what? Yeah, companies say stuff like that all the time.
It's true.
But it's like...
Yeah.
Wait, like when it's like, if say now Star Wars had one of its big anniversaries because Star Trek turns 50 this year, and they're doing all sorts of things to celebrate it. If nothing comes out for Zelda for its 30th year,
Oh no, there's plenty coming out.
oh, there's plenty.
Yeah, I'm
of
sure
stuff
there was a
that's
comic-
more.
There's a
just
comic,
like
wasn't there?
old games. Are they going to do an old game?
Probably.
remastered?
They'll probably
Yeah, we've got
remaster it.
we've got Twilight Princess
Yeah.
HD coming out in March. That's 10 years old.
Which I'm not
this
going
year.
to get because I played it. I don't need to play
I'm
it again.
getting it.
I know you. I know
I
you get
love
it.
that
You don't
game.
need to tell me you get it.
I haven't played Twilight Princess in ages. Actually, just before they announced Twilight Princess, I was actually starting to play Twilight Princess again. I just started a new game.
Weird.
And then, I just put it down. I was like, oh, I've got to wait now.
Just want to say,
Carry on.
this new Zelda title, I hope it doesn't suffer from what Duke Nukem had forever.
It won't.
It won't.
The
Because
problem
remember
with-
how it was so delayed for so long, they have to having to keep going back to it to make it compatible with new updated software. And to be honest, everyone says like the Wii U's pretty much a panned. It hasn't
It's-
worked out as good as it hoped.
Yeah, but
No.
there's still like however many 12 million people out there who have a Wii U that want to play games on it,
Yeah.
and Nintendo should
It's an
support
alright
that.
console.
Yeah,
Nintendo
it's a
has
good,
got
It's an
such a huge
in-between
following.
console, isn't it?
yeah, it's not next gen. It's like 0.5
Yeah.
of the way there.
It's not next gen, it's not last gen.
It's sort of in the middle.
Yeah,
It's like 7th gen point like 20.2.
Where you go
Yeah,
play
yeah.
like
Version
fun
2.
Nintendo games.
It's sort of like when PlayStation does all these like slimline and thin models of like consoles. They're not quite new, but they're a bit faster. They're a bit more performance in them and stuff like that.
all right, back to Zelda because
Zelda.
we haven't got much time left. So, I don't know. What would you like to see in Zelda Wii U? Or anything for the Zelda 30th anniversary?
They've said that it's going to be a big open world game, and
Yeah.
usually Zelda to me has always been open world anyway.
Yeah,
So I hope
It's-
it
uh,
is
not since-
an
not since the
open
first
world
one, yeah.
game, and okay, on say Ocarina of Time for example,
yeah,
you have to follow a linear path
Yeah.
through the game. You have to go to this temple and then this temple and this temple because if you don't go to this temple, you won't have this item, and you can't.
Yeah.
You have to advance in this temple using this item.
I don't think it's going to be linear.
I don't think it's going to be linear. I think they
No.
said something about this. I think they said it wasn't going to be linear.
We'll
You could-
see.
You could, but how far can you go with that? Because you can't go to say a temple, whatever. Okay, you go to this temple
Yeah,
and maybe it's an advanced temple, and you don't have this item. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need certain items. They can't
Yeah.
just keep using. They can't make.
well, Link
It
Between
could be
Worlds
like-
sorted that out. They gave you all the items from the start, and you can go do the
But then you don't
temples.
get like the
the thrill of finding
yeah,
them.
like oh cool. This is
Maybe they'll have
slingshot.
items about that you just find on your way. It's
Maybe,
like
yeah.
different sections of temples. Anyway, I know you don't play Zelda, but what would draw you into Zelda quickly? We haven't got much time.
I don't know.
Have
Still
you ever
like-
played a Zelda game?
No.
There we go. That's the start.
Have you ever played a Zelda game?
No, but I'm quite interested in
Good God.
I love open world games, and if this is a good open world game, I might be
Yeah.
looking into.
Well,
it.
that would require you to buy a console as well.
If
Yeah,
it
that's a
had-
bit of an
It would have to be an
that's
amazing
investment.
if it had like a level system like Fallout, I might be interested.
I reckon it might.
Because I
be
get really sucked into that type of
RPG-ish.
stuff.
Zelda isn't a leveling up game.
that
Yeah,
we
but
don't
that
know
you know
anything
about.
about. We don't know
If it
anything.
goes
Yeah,
proper
yeah, it's fair.
open world, it might be like a level up sort of thing.
Yeah.
That'd be
And you have to
interesting.
be this level to do this
Yeah.
thing or have this item.
At least it'll be a change in the formula,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which they don't usually do. They
Right.
stick to the same
It's like
sort of thing.
Mexico.
Right, I think that's the end
We'll
of
put
it.
an end to it. We have to put an end to
Okay,
it.
okay.
We're out
Run out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So thank you very much for joining us. Maybe once again, maybe for the first time. Who knows? Whatever. Maybe you'll like and subscribe, and hopefully you will. See you again for another video.